Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Build a Bar. This episode, I'm afraid there's not a whole lot going on in terms of exciting stuff. There's a bit of tiling for you and some other moves, but I think the next episode, I keep promising you the same thing, we'll hopefully see a bit more real action. But the tiling has begun. Also, in this episode, I've done a little feature on Soi Lengkee, our sister Soi, which runs parallel with us. Just showing you some of the changes and stuff that's been happening down that Soi in the last 2 or 3 years. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the show. So it's Sunday the 31st of July. Another month has absolutely flown by. This last week, I'm a little bit disappointed with progress actually. I'll show you what has and hasn't been done. First of all, tiles have turned up. Now, these are going to be for the bathroom toilet walls, these for the bathroom toilet floor. Not particularly close to what I chose, but hey, they were cheap, so there we go. What I'm also going to do today is test this pot myself, the legendary pot. So I'm running a hose pipe from there into the pot. I'm going to let it run and see how it goes. Right, let's see what else has been happening in the last few days. Not much action up here. All same. Again, prepared for tiling. So I do hope the tiles are going to go down this week because, you know, it really is the next logical step to get some tiles on there. But what we have done actually, remember I discussed with you last time about maybe trying to sort of paint these tiles on this floor, all these ones. And we have done a little experiment, which is in here. This is the cupboard, just done some painting there. And they even decided to paint the walls, which is, once again, completely random. So we've basically got a very, very nice cupboard. All I've got to do now is the rest of the building. Again, not much going on there. Let's hope the tiling goes down soon. In fact, I'm going to call a meeting with the builder tomorrow. This doorway here, they've made it bigger obviously because it was low, and I did spot the plastic frame downstairs. I don't like these plastic doors, but they do use them for the bathrooms, which, you know, kind of makes sense, but the problem is the frames are plastic too, so they are very, very prone to breaking, but hey ho, that's the way it goes, I guess. Does that look like a bit of waterproofing? It does, doesn't it? Sort of. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to check that pot and get back to you. I did my experiment with the water hose pipe down the hole there in the bottom, and it seemed okay. I might try it again at a later date, and perhaps when we've got some more water pressure, I can really pump it full of water. So as you can see, there's lots of tiles, lots of cement, lots of tile cement, lots of sand, but not a lot where it's supposed to be, on the floor with the tiling. A little bit more action. This is downstairs bathrooms. They put a door frame in there. Remember I was telling you about this silver paint? So we've tested a little bit of it here, you see. It does look good actually. Obviously there's no point doing that now because it's going to get knocked and bashed. Now it's just a little experiment to see how it's going. Also I see a lot of what looks like tiling cement has turned up and more tiles. So let's see if any tiling's happened. Also, we've discussed it, and this steel, which is obviously not as cheap as it used to be, that we had to take down from the original mezzanine area, we reckon we can actually recycle that and use it for the framework for the stage. So that's a good thing. Tiling has begun. So there you go, folks. The first tiles have gone down. This is short time accommodation room 2. So this is where we're at with the tiling. It seems like slow progress. I hope they're going to get a crack on next week because it's Sunday again. So this will be the last part of this episode. As you can see, they have skimmed these walls a bit more so they're nice and flat, ready for painting. And of course, the door's got to go on there. Not a whole lot of action in here, unfortunately. Tiling hasn't started, so I'm not overly happy with the progress this week, if I'm honest. I had another meeting with the builder. He tells me that, you know, it's going to be ready by the end of September, so we shall see about that. We've also had a good chat and picked colours for the walls in the bar downstairs, and also the colour of the fabric for the seating. So as soon as I get samples of them, I'll show you. But for the time being, progress is slow. I thought I'd have a little walk down Soi Lengkee, which is our sister Soi, this morning. Before I do though, look up there. I mentioned in the last video they were putting a big gold diamond thing outside the nightclub Bling on the corner of Soi Chaiyapoon there, and there it is in all its glory. Massive, and it turns around as well. I wonder if someone's down there peddling it. Right, let's get on to Lengkee then. So Lengkee is like our sister Soi, a lot more accommodation than Soi Chaiyapoon, and it's historically a lot more restaurants, but there also are bars as well. So I'm going to start on this side and show you this one. Look, mini bar and this sort of Belgian street food restaurant here. Now, it's tiny, obviously, it's minute, but I tell you what, at night time they have seats out here and they're busy, you know, they get a good crowd of guys. I'd imagine the beer's quite cheap. As you can see, the burgers are cheap. Look at that, good prices. I'll try and get even closer. Look at that, and they look nice, don't they? I haven't tried one of them yet, but I certainly will. Very nice. Okay. So I'm going down the left side of Soi Lengkee, obviously, towards Third Road. Hunger Pangs. Now, that was Kung's restaurant, and it still is, but it's split in half. Across the road, I'll show you briefly now, but I'll go into more detail later. There's Kung's. But Hunger Pangs is more for late night burgers, hot dogs, stuff like that. And I have actually had their hot dogs, and they are very nice when you've got a few beers down ya and you're headed home. Right, guest houses, you see, look, rooms $4.99. What you'll see on this Soi is most of the rooms are kind of between sort of 400, 500, 800, 900. Best to check on TripAdvisor. And I suppose, you know, you could discuss with yourself, you know, are you better off coming here or maybe booking a room online for one night, coming in trying to get a better bargain? You might, especially now, but if you're coming in the high season, I would absolutely book in advance, because I've got a funny feeling there's not going to be many rooms available come November, December, January. Moving along, motorbikes for rent, and if someone steals your crash helmet, like they did with me, you can buy a cheapie in there for about 200 baht. Right, laundry, more bikes. Astro Bar. That's fairly new. They always have a few girls in there. It seems quite pleasant. Dunjai Bar. I think I'm correct in saying that's the Ladyboy Bar, but don't quote me on it. Red Bull Bar. That's a nice bar. Devonshire Guest House there. Rooms above, as these places mostly do. And a mixture of Thai food and European food. I've been in there, but not for a while, I'll be honest. There you go. Cod and chips, $2.75. This one, my God, this is an interesting one. Shangri-La. Now, it was an Italian restaurant, and they were just about to open when COVID struck. And I'll tell you what, there was a sign on that door right there which said reopening September 21. Now, bearing in mind this was early 2020, I laughed. I said, oh yeah, right, it's a typo or they're having a joke. How bloody right they were. And it looks like they've gone now, someone else has taken over. Massage. Dre's Food and Drink. Again, I'm going to go this side so you can see more of this. This is interesting. Now, Hungry Panda and the grill. Oh. Now, the guy who's got that did own that. But he sold that and the one next to, which was, do you remember? Smoky Joe's. And then he bought this one. Now, it's Chinese and they do some sort of tapas food as well. But I'll tell you what, the real popular one, and I'm going to go and show you, is the Chinese buffet every Friday. Look at this. Apparently it's absolutely fantastic. There you go, look at that. That's their real money maker, oh sorry, real customer maker. But look at that, includes a quarter of crispy duck. Oh man. I mean, that's good. That is good, and I've heard nothing but good stuff about that. Smoky Joe's. He's open. Sorry. Oh no, my apologies. It's now Steak and Coke and Smoking Joe's. So they've moved all their business into there. Again, they bought just at the wrong time, but good steaks. Not your cheapest, but not your most expensive either. I think you get a bloody good meal for about 550, 600 baht. Steaks, sides, the lot. This one, now, the sign there said Woodstock. I can tell you this has been stop, start for the last 2 years. And it finally looks as though they're getting ready to open. So that will be another excellent restaurant. It says there, look, Woodstock. Quality prime meats, American barbecue joint. If they're doing smoking and stuff like that, oh, that could be really nice. Mally House, there's people in there, I won't get too close. They run golf out of there. That's my friend, Mark. Now, he's a brilliant guy. Love him. And what he'll do is run golf about 4 days a week, goes to all the best places and, here, there and everywhere. He's a mad keen golfer. And what they do sometimes, him and a few of the lads after they come back, had a beer and a bite to eat there, they'll come to my bar, dive, and have a few games of pool. So, I would certainly recommend going along and saying hello to Mark if you've got no sort of base for playing your golf so far. Dentist. What's this one? Ollie Bar? That must be new. This is quite an old dentist. Dental Hollywood. You can look like the Osmonds. Right. This bar's open. Thomas, it's just a bar. Now this one is a double. They renovated during COVID. Happiness. It's a big shop, and I think I've never seen any Farang in there, so I'm guessing it's more Thai run. They're probably struggling a bit, as most bars are right now. But look, it's nice. Pool table. Happy New Year. That will probably still be there come next New Year. Right. Oh, make her go. Traveller's Rest. Another golf place. Again, I went past there a bit earlier on. There was loads of guys. So they're running buses, coaches, down to the golf courses. Same deal. And they all come back afterwards, have a bite to eat and a beer. So, if golf's your thing, that's 2 great options already. Up there, restaurant and guest house, and a pizza restaurant. I have had a pizza there. It's good. Very nice. Going back this way a bit. That one's for rent there, look. The rents on this Soi will be a little bit more than the Soi Chai Poon. I can't guess really, but I'd say probably with the rooms you're looking at in the region of 30, 35,000 a month, but I can't confirm that. Another massage up there. Angels. And this one. Food and drink. Looks like all the usual stuff. Pool table. It's all new. Looks nice, doesn't it? Very clean. Tattoo studio. Not sure if well, they look as though they're open. Right, now we're on to these two. Cocorico. Sorry, the sun's right in my eyes. I'll go around the other side. This is a bar run by a great guy called Sebastian, French guy, but don't hold that against him. Nice bloke there. And on this side, another one. This is La Poste, famous gentleman's club. Yeah, if you go in there, you will get what it says on the tin. Rooms for rent as well above there. As I say, look, I'll just show you all the way along here, rooms. Real estate agent. They've had a pretty rough trot, haven't they, the last couple of years. But I think, no one knows, but there is a feeling that, prices will start rising now. Another pizza joint, Outlaw. They've been promoting quite heavily, and I'm told their pizzas are very good. They deliver as well, of course. Outlaw Pizza. Jackie Land. You can make your own mind up about that one by looking at the sign. See? These are cropping up everywhere now. Yeah, it's not my bag, but it could work out well if it's done well, but we'll have to wait and see. Funny Girl Food and Drinks. There. Now this area, this end of the Soi, it's had a really rough trot, long before COVID. But look at it, I don't think I've ever seen this end as busy the whole time I've been here. So, amazingly, Soi Lengkee is actually filling up more than before COVID. This one here, I can't tell you what it's going to be, but it's under full renovation, which only really leaves a couple of empty shops there. I'm going to swing around here and see, there's Third Road, by the way. Who remembers that? Now, pre-COVID, there was shipping containers there, and it was part of Retox, which was that. Do you remember? Right, I'm going to finish the tour of Soi Lengkee, this side of the Soi now, because I've been banging on for 11 minutes. Right, we're back on Soi Lengkee. Again, Third Road there. The old pizza place was another shipping container, and that was where Retox was, the original Retox. You know what, I had some fantastic nights in there when I first got here, watching the sport, getting a bit pissed, and there was some decent birds, but things went wrong, things often do, and now it is a food shop. It looks like Thai food with some Western food. I can't even see a name, actually. Well, I don't know, but it is a restaurant. That one there, Felice. This side, the buildings are a lot more modern. You can tell they were built obviously some years after the other side. Now, I mentioned in a previous one, a bar on Soi Lengkee that used to be Sports World. Well, here's the new version of Sports World. Really nice. Albeit 60 baht till 6, that's very decent. And look, all your sports, as I say, their target market seems to be more your North Europeans, Scandinavians, not really aimed at the Brits or Australians. Down here there's a couple of hotels. Vogue hotels down here. And I spoke to a guy who stayed there, said it was great. Look at that, Bluebird Inn. There's a lot down here. Look at it all. So again, another really serious option if you want to stay close to the centre but not be right in amongst the chaos. More apartments, Locale serviced apartments. Moving along swiftly. Oh, there you go. There's not many of these left now, these tour places. Look at that, taxis, tours. I hope they liven up and get some business back after it's all done and dusted, because, they must have been the real losers, the real losers in all this. Thai restaurant. Guest house. And massage. Nina's Bar and Restaurant, another little restaurant. Bitcoin Bistro. They've moved around a bit. They were sort of behind Tutcom originally, but they're here now. I've heard they're quite good. Guest house and restaurant there. So this side really isn't so much restaurants and bars like, you know, like we know or we expect. Another little bar there. Hole-in-one accommodation. Again, down this little side. So you see these little sides going off Lengkee on this side. Again, lots of accommodation. Here's one that everyone will know. Well-known accommodation there. And again, more. Sorry, this one's a bit not so interesting, isn't it? Just rooms. So what I'll get a bit of a crack on and get down to Kung's at the other end before we hit Soi Lengkee again. OP to place there, more rooms. And I think if you need to park there, I've done it before, you can park there for about an hour and they charge you 20 baht. What a liberty. Oh wow, it's gone up. 5 hours 40 baht, all night 100 baht. So parking options if you are driving into town or you've rented a motor. There's a little beer bar here, it's quite quaint actually, quite cute. They do little snacks and stuff as well, but yeah, I see some guys sitting out there. It's a nice spot. And you can be sure the beers are a great price. So right, finally, I get to Kung's. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about this place. I mean, it's so popular. And even now, it's fairly early. There's about 8-9 people in there, plus some inside. You've got aircon in and fans outside. But my friend Rod just got that. He's a lovely bloke, English guy. Makes his own sausages. And, you know, I'm hearing stories even now in the so-called quiet, low season of people going in there and just can't get a seat. So, bloody hell. I mean, if you're doing that now, what's it going to be like, you know, come the high season? Along here, one last little place. Hello. And this is okay. I see a lot of Farangs coming here. I just want to show you these prices. Look at that. Now that is properly cheap. So if you fancy a Thai style snack, you can. Well, here we are, guys. We're back on Soi Lengkee. Someone mentioned, sorry, I forgot the name of the comments about this Cheap Charlie's, as I called it, the Cheap Charlie drinking bar, where it's tall beers for like 85 baht. There's the name. Look, no wonder I didn't know. It's hidden behind about 1,000 telephone wires. And this is after they cleaned it all up, because they stripped it out in the you know, lockdown. So they literally had miles and mountains of you know, redundant cables they stripped out, and it's still a mess. But yeah, there you go. So Micon something. Micon Court. Right, there you go. So it's now going to be called Micon Charlie's. Anyway, thanks for watching. Right, that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.